Hey Leo friends, welcome. We're going to talk today about December 2023, pulling some energy for my Leo friends. Right, so this applies to you if you have Leo placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, even your Venus sign, it just depends. I will also say that this applies if you love someone who is a Leo or has Leo placements. Cross-watchers are always invited, mostly because I think the more we know about the energy of us and our loved ones, the better off everyone seems to be. So we're going to pull some cards and see what might be on tap for you or those that you love. Remember that this is a general reading, and so anything that comes up that fits for you, feel free to pick it up and run with it. Anything that does not, feel free to leave it here because it might not be for you today, and that is okay. So you have the Four of Wands. Okay, so, oh, I'm sorry, that's the Four of Swords. Hey. So what have you been ruminating on, right? What is, you've been plotting a lot about your long-term future plans, your big life goals, and that's a beautiful thing. So as most Leos go, you're probably really feeling that, especially because you have so much moving in those areas for you. Lovely. In fact, hold up here. Ooh, wow. Okay, the King of Wands as well. So, okay, but you're being judicious, right? You understand that the way that, wow. Okay. All right, so you're really using your discernment, or at least you're trying to, when it comes to what's coming in. And that's a beautiful thing for most Leos, right? I know you have that capacity for discernment, but you also have that real urge to create. Beautiful in that we're going to remember that the flip side of creation is always about destruction, right? And we can't create more than we make room for. So if that's important to you, if you're really looking to create something big, then you're going to have to create the space for it somehow. And it feels like you've been doing that, right? And the way that you've been doing that, I think, is just by moving things about. Ooh, South Node. Beautiful. So, oh, that's exciting. So my Leo friends, that really is exciting. So this is something that you're destined to do, right? So the way that you're coming into your destiny is really about creating something new, right? This is that, okay. So, all right. I get it. So, you know, there's that concept of we create art through our pain, right? And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with utilizing your experience to create something beautiful. It doesn't honor, it does not dishonor your experience in any way. So perhaps, right, you have this opportunity to kind of shift gears and not be hasty about what you're creating. And the answer is, I think that's a beautiful thing. There are only a few hard and fast rules when it comes to creating your future. And the answer is that it has to feel right, right? King of Wands. So this is, oh, beautiful. So this is how we witness our own growth. Remembering, I think it's so always important when we get the Justice card to realize that when we're talking about the scales of balance, right, we're not talking about necessarily the way that the scales move, but rather our awareness that we're the fulcrum, right? We are the the decider, the chooser for where that balance moves. And it's important to me that this is under that King of Wands, right? Which is all about knowing how to be in your own discernment in a beautiful way, knowing how to witness your passion and use it in a way that allows you to move in that unbridled, unbound sense, but also with your discernment, right? And again, we're talking about the balance between that being this capacity for transformation. And let's be real, sometimes that's where that pain comes from, knowing that you have a thing that you want to move through, but knowing that you also have to wait until the time is right, right? And knowing that you have to utilize the whole of your experience and put that out there, right? This South Node indicates that you already know what it is that you need to do. You already understand the places and the ways that you're going to pull the most power. Yeah, and you've been working on this for a while, right? You've been meditating on it for a while. You've been pulling that information in for a while. But you're definitely being asked to hold up, right? Remember that we're not required to move quickly. Divine timing is always your timing, right? And it has to feel like flow, or it feels forced. It has to feel like fluidity, or it does not feel good. And so whatever it is that you're moving through, my Leo friends, I want you to pay attention to the fact that there's a lot of energy in fire signs right now. We've got the sun, right, in Sagittarius, and then we have Mercury and Venus and Mars all touching that fire energy. You know, right around the month of December, you know, Venus is moving through all the way up to almost the end of this month. And so pay attention to that. What does that feel like? And Mars, right? Mars is in Sagittarius, really moving forward, right? And so if you have some holdups where you're feeling out of control, for a Leo, that's going to not feel good at all, right? That's going to feel like you're putting yourself at too much risk. And remembering that one of you know, Leos, you guys have such huge hearts, right? You have such capacity for being magnanimous and being generous and creating on such a grand scale that sometimes when you overgive, when you overextend, it comes back to get you, right? And so you have so much fire here, adding to your own fire, and sometimes that just feels like a lot. And so remember that you already know how to do what you're being asked to do, right? You don't actually even need to expand your skill set right now to create it. You just need to position yourself in such a way that you allow this gift, this talent, this skill to move through you, right? You already know what you're doing. And if you're going to push it, then you're definitely going to experience that pain. Instead of trying to fit something into a space it's not ready for, just allow yourself to recreate the space. Recreate it within yourself first, right? And then allow it to flow out through you into the world. Again, all of these indicators that it has to feel good. It has to feel good for you. It has to be really meeting your cost-benefit analysis. I mean, look at all of this balance here, right? You have balance in all of these top cards here, as well as the Justice card. So if it doesn't feel balanced, if it doesn't feel right with a capital R, right? If it doesn't feel like it's flowing, release your grip, release your grip, because you've already got this. You don't have to push through. You don't have to meet the resistance head on, right? All you have to do is be in allowance, be in your discernment, and everything will flow beautifully for you and through you and as you. And don't be afraid to take a pause when you need it. My Leo friends, you guys need recharge because you give 100% all the time. So make sure that you're minding your own internal signals, right? And again, come back constantly to this concept of you already know what you're doing. You already know. Don't make it work. Don't make it harder than it has to be, right? Yeah, just enjoy your December and let it show itself in its own perfect time, right? It will. It will. Take care. Be blessed, and hit that subscribe button so you can come back and tell me all about it, right? Take care.